guys, welcome to today's video. Today Baloo will be conducting the entire video. Just kidding, that would be kind of awesome though. I should just have like one of my animals narrate the videos for me so that way I don't have to do anything. Cause look how cute. He's just sunbathing. And we have a very special announcement. We are getting another chameleon brother for Baloo and Willie. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up the enclosure. So say goodbye, Baloo. We got to get to the video. So hi guys, I'm really excited to get to today's video because I really like making chameleon enclosures. It's just a lot of fun for me. It's definitely like the most work because the panels are so large, but I just always love how they end up turning out, which is like the best part. So I am bringing you guys along and I'm going to show you guys how I set everything up. Today's video is an enclosure from Zen Habitats as always. This is the 2x2x4 PVC enclosure, which is great for humidity for panther chameleons. It comes with a screen option below the doors. That way you have ventilation not only on the top of the enclosure, but like at the bottom under the door as well. It has front opening doors, which is easy access to your reptile. And I just love these enclosures for chameleons. So if you guys are interested, their affiliate link is in my description. Every time you guys shop using that link, I do make a small commission, so I really do appreciate that. And if you guys have any Zen questions, just go ahead and leave it in the comment section and I will gladly help you guys out. But I'm gonna jump right into it and just show you guys how I did this thing. I feel like it's not gonna be too long. I've done this video 2 other times with my other enclosures, but what the heck, we'll make another video just showcasing this one as well. And then next week I'm getting the chameleon, so I will do an unboxing for that as well. So let's get to it. The enclosure is here and I just unpackaged everything. I have parts all over the place. I'm going to be busy tomorrow, so I figured I'm going to start on this today. And again, sorry, the turtle tank is very loud. So I did get a tiny bit of shipping damage this time. There's this one mark, but the good thing about what I'm doing is I'm doing a naturalistic background, so I'm going to be covering that up anyway. It's like not a big deal. And then the paper was peeled back on the door, but the door is in perfect condition, so there's nothing wrong with that. So I just laid all of the panels out because I am going to apply all of that Great Stuff spray foam and just try to get ahead of this project. That way it can harden overnight, and then all I'll have left to do is the carving and painting, which is the hardest part. So yeah, this is the back panel. You can tell because there's a hole in it. So I took the small parts box out. What I'm gonna need is this solid plug. It also comes with the wire grommet if you want to feed wires through, but if you're using it for a snake, absolutely don't use this. You're gonna need the solid plug for that. I'm not gonna be using any lighting like through like the inside of the enclosure. So I'm just going to tuck this in here, push it in there. I might need 2 hands for this. Okay, I got it. So now I am just going to spray foam. One note that I want to make if you are making a naturalistic background on these panels is to leave at least 1 inch of space on the entire perimeter, because that is going to be tucking into the aluminum frames, which are over there. So you just got to keep that in mind when you're doing naturalistic backgrounds. So as you can see, I'm leaving actually like a little bit more than 1 inch along the perimeter just to be safe. It does expand and you can just carve it off. Every time I do this, I end up carving more off the sides anyway, just to make sure the frame fits. But here's me filling in the spray foam, which is my favorite part and it's the most satisfying part. All right, so the first part is done. All of these are filled in. I left a lot of space at the bottom of some of them because I don't need to fill in the entire thing. It's just kind of most of it. My other enclosures are the same exact way. I don't fill them all the way to the bottom. So I used 2 cans for every single panel, and the panels are 4x2. And I have 1 can left because I bought 7 just to be safe. So now I just have to let this sit overnight for 24 hours and harden and expand. And then the next step will be to carve all of them down because they're going to expand quite a bit. So it is 2 days later, and as you can see, the foam has expanded And so now it's time to carve, which I've already started. So I'm literally just taking a knife, carving it and ripping it off. This is my least favorite part. It takes a lot of work and my hands are gonna hurt after this, but after I carve all of these, I can finally start painting them. So now they're all carved and finally done. So I think I'm just gonna start painting because I kind of just want to bust this out and get it over with. Because making the background is always the hardest part, so I feel very accomplished when it's just done. So what I'm gonna be using for paint is Dry Lock, and it came in white. I already mixed some cement dye in it, but I'm gonna use this other bottle because it wasn't brown enough, and it's just the brown one. So I'm gonna mix it in there and then just paint all of this foam and then take a giant nap because I'm gonna be so tired after this. So here's some footage of me just painting. I didn't want to show the entire thing because it just took so long, but yeah, this is the gist of it. I try to fill in the bubbles as much as I can. You really have to go over it a lot with the foam. So I finished, and what I did was I have this extra substrate. It's actually in this box. There's the substrate. It's Josh's Forks Bio Bedding, and I sprinkled it on top of the wet paint. So as it's drying, it'll stick to it and it'll just be a little bit more naturalistic and add a little bit more texture and enrichment. So I figured I would just do that. This one is a little bit darker than the others because I didn't mix the paint that well. So I'm thinking this is going to be the back panel and then those two will be on the side. So yeah, now I just have to wait for this to dry like 24 hours and then I can set everything up and finally be done with this. The hard part is now over. It literally took me as much time as the movie Shrek because I played Shrek as I started carving and painting, and right as the movie ended, I was done. So very excited. So the panels are still drying, but I just went ahead and built the rest of it. It's not like super like dripping anymore, so it's definitely been a few hours. So I built the frame and I put the screen in the bottom. I have the top screen here, but I need to wait for this to dry until tomorrow. Then I can put the screen and the door on and decorate it. But yeah, so it's looking good. Chacho is very happy that I'm done bashing and making loud noises now. He's been terrorized. How you doing, bud? I'm sorry. I'm all done. He knows the words all done. He's happy with that. So yeah, just gotta wait until tomorrow and then get back at it with decorating and final touches. It's the next day and I finished building it and I put the door on and I put my little label. So this is, I guess I'm giving it away. It's gonna be an Embanja Panther Chameleon. I haven't mentioned that just yet, but now you guys will know. And that is from Cloud Forest Design. So this is how the door works. It locks and then you could open it. So I'm thinking, I mean, everything is pretty much dry except for the edges. I noticed there was a lot of white in these areas, so I painted that. So that part is a little bit wet, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do now is start taking these branches and my bamboo sticks and trying to place them in here and just get a feel for how it's gonna be for the chameleon. And then pretty much all I have to do after that is like add the fake plants, cut the Zen mat, add it in there, add the lighting, rinse off this plant over here to put it in here, and move this into the room. And then it's pretty much set. So like all of the work is pretty much done. So now I just gotta kind of get everything together. So the enclosure is completely done and I moved it into my room and it fits in here perfectly. It's like it was destined to be here. So I'm very excited about it. I don't have the lights on just yet, just because I need an extension cord. So once I get the extension cord, I can put the lighting on top. But yeah, this is it. I put in the white branches first because it was easier to just put them in first, and then I put the plant in to see how much it would fill out. And then after I put the plant in, I put the remaining bamboo sticks into place. And then I shoved in 3 kind of big fake plants just to fill things out. So I have one here, and one all the way in the back. So just for more security for the chameleon, because it's going to be a new environment and it can be stressful, so it's good to just fill it out as much as you possibly can. So yeah, now I just need to wait to get that extension cord and then get the lighting hooked up. I do have a drip system that should be delivering this week as well, and then it should be good to go. So I'm very, very excited to get my chameleon in here, and I hope that he feels safe in his new home. Alright guys, so this is the final version of the enclosure. I'm just going to run through everything and talk about all of the items I'm using. So this is the little dripper that I'm using, the little drip system. And then up top, this really long UVB is a T5 5.0 UVB. And then we have a heat bulb in the back, and I'm using a 60 watt for this, which I normally don't use. It was just all that they had at Josh's Frogs because all the others were sold out. But I measured the temperature in that area, that basking area, with my temp gun, and it was perfectly on point, so we are good to go. As I mentioned, I don't know why, it comes with 2 locks to open it. I always just do the one on the bottom, and then I leave that one. I mean, it stays closed, but you have to literally unlock it in order to open the door. So then inside I have my branches. These are the ones from Josh's Frogs. They're the, I think, called jungle wood. And then the bamboo sticks. This is a palm tree from Home Depot. Because it came from Home Depot, I had to rinse it off thoroughly to make sure there's no pesticides or chemicals on it. And then we have some fake plants. I already showed you guys all of that. And then at the bottom we have our Zen mat from Zen Habitats. So yeah, that is the full enclosure. As you can see the texture a little bit better on the walls because I painted them, and then while they're wet I like to just chuck the dirt and wood chips on it. That way, like, as you can see, it's sticking into place, it dries and it hardens, and it just adds more texture. Especially if you have a smaller chameleon, they do utilize climbing up on the sides of these walls. If you do like the spray foam like this, they're able to actually just latch on and climb it, which is great. So these little like nooks and different things, they can also use that just to climb, and it does just add enrichment. I think it just looks better. So I think it turned out pretty good. The back wall is a little bit darker than the other side walls, but it's really hard to tell. Even if it was like pretty drastic, I think it would still look cool. But yeah, that is the full enclosure, and I will keep you guys updated when I actually get the chameleon. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions, and please check out Zen Habitats. Again, my affiliate link is in my description. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one.